So conquering destructive thoughts. Conquering destructive thoughts comes out of one verse in 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 5. I'm going to read it, talk about it for a few moments, and then we'll get to the final point here today. We demolish every stronghold and every pretension that sets itself up against the knowledge of God, and we take captive every thought and make it obedient to Christ. First of all, it says this: we demolish every argument and pretension. Where does that start? It starts in the mind. It says we recognize, we begin to examine our thoughts. Not just accept them, but examine them. That's the whole point of the message. We begin to examine our thoughts and say, where are they from? Are they from the old nature? Are they from demonic forces? Or are they from the world's value system? Because what I'm doing is not working. What I'm thinking is not bringing me peace and joy. What I'm thinking is bringing me anxiety and anger and hardship and difficulty. And so we need to examine the thoughts that we have and what it's producing in our life. And it says that we demolish every stronghold that sets itself up against the knowledge of God. What's the knowledge of God? The knowledge of God is the Word of God. That we actually read this and know this and study this and meditate on this, that we get filled up with the Word of God. So we compare the thoughts that we're having in our head with the Word of God that we've read. We make this comparison. It says it sets itself up against the knowledge of God. So we compare what we're thinking with what the Word of God says we should be thinking or should be receiving. And so we make a comparison. And then when we use the Word of God with the thoughts that we have, it says that we can make a distinction. Ending the verse there, it says we take captive every thought and make it obedient to Christ. We recognize the thought. Wait a minute, this is not told to me in the Word of God. I should be thinking that way. Therefore, no, thought, you're not going to lodge. You're going to get out of here. No, you're not going to take root. No, you're leaving. You're out of here. That's the way it works. But unless we have something to compare it to, then we just accept, well, I guess that's the way I am, and I guess that's the way I have to live. No, you don't. We have to examine that thought and bring it into obedience to Christ.